Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to another episode from me, Avomance, on my seed tours and reviews series. Last week, episode 43, Hope Hedges, gave us this really interesting seed. A combination of beautiful building areas, great biomes, and also everything so close. And the nether, everything's really close to nether. The nearest bastion's only 300 blocks away, fortress is only 200 blocks away, everything's only a couple of hundred blocks away. It's really nice. Go and take a look at it. The link is in the description below for the playlist. But we've got episode 44 now. It's time to create this new world now. We're in creative, we're in peaceful. The world name is the world seed because I'll only get confused otherwise. But make sure you put your seed in there. Otherwise, the police will be called out because it will sound like someone's very upset. Let's create our new world and see if we can't find ourselves an interesting place to start. Okay, it already looks like it's got potential. That very much looks to me like a mesa. Let's get myself a stone pillar so as I can find myself from a very long way away. This looks like it has got some great potential right at spawn. We've got a tiger biome there. We've got this huge mesa here. We've got a pillager outpost over there. That looks like it's an ocean. Looks like we've got a village just over there. We've got plains there. This is a cracker. Right, I need to know which direction I'm facing in. Right, that way is north. So I guess we're going to head out in this direction. So obviously we are coming out over this mesa, and it looks like the mesa just peters out a little bit into an ocean. But we do have the mesa continuing on through to the right hand side of us. We have got a broken portal just down there, so you can come and loot that. Interesting little shape there we've got with the mesa. That's quite interesting. Always love a good mesa. Look at the way that we've got this land here. We've got a little bit of green, that big open flat area. That's begging right there. Exactly that screen as you see it right now. Take a picture. That screen there is begging for a Wild West town. I defy you to say otherwise. Right, so let's carry on going in this direction here because the mesa looks like it's giving in to a bit of a desert. And now that makes sense to me because mesa hot, desert hot. It's not like mesa hot, all that icy stuff straight after it cold. That doesn't make any sense at all. And then the desert has got a village, which they often do. That's very nice. No tower in that village though. So don't come along to this village to set off a raid. That's probably not what you're going to want. And then that yields into a savannah. Again, fairly warm. It all makes logical, ecological sense so far. In fact, the north appears to be very warm. We have got lots of desert, we have got lots of mesa, and then we're plunging into this ocean here that seems to lap around a little bit with the desert on the right hand side with a little bit of birch forest, or a mixed forest in fact, not just a birch forest. So you've got to come quite a way out if you want to get wood in this direction really. It's not exactly replete with the forest, but it's an interesting shape though, isn't it? Look at that. I like that lagoon, how that kind of wraps itself around with a few little islands there. That's got some good building potential. That comes into a set of mountains, decent height mountains, right on the edge of this area of sea. Now, I do like building mountains where they wrap into sea because those edges of cliffs work really well as well. Coming over the other side of the mountains, and we've got kind of the flat mountain top that you could complement with an elevated town type of build. We've got tiger on the left hand side here, more forest coming up in front of us. Let's go just a little bit further in this direction. Okay, I've got a bit of a problem with what you can see in the middle of the picture here. No, I didn't bow my head in shame there, I just knocked my mouse. We've got an elevated floating thing. What, am I an avatar or something? What's that all about? Some kind of magnetic rock that Mojang has brought into the game. This, however, is really strange. If you look at it from a distance, in fact, I'm going to look at it from a distance. I'm going to come over here. It looks like some kind of crab claw thing coming out of the ground. If you can't see it, I can. Okay, yeah, I know I need to lay off of it. We do have, however, a shipwreck coming into play here. Whereabouts are we out of interest? We are around about 3,500 blocks out to the north. So we've come quite a long way. But what we do also have here, by the look of it, is a first glimpse of some kind of coral reef with another wreck there also. So you may have to come 3,500 blocks for coral, but it's a decent little patch of coral there with some nice islands. So if you want to do some island building, this could be for you. In fact, that island there would be really quite nice for some kind of island survival type effort. Notice how the coral just wraps all the way around it, stopping you from getting out of it with a boat because it's like shipwreck on coral and stuffs. We're heading out eastwards now, and I really love the authenticity of the way this river winds its way through here. That just looks so cool. Really quite like it, and I love the fact that we've got a decent amount of water lurking within this mesa as well, which isn't pretty common. We've got exposed mine shafts, which is always nice, but the way these bowls bulge out, I mean, especially this one here, I just want to take a look at this one. I love the fact that that's surrounded almost completely, so as it's a hollow out. You could do something really interesting with that. On Legacy SMP that I'm on, Mythical Sausage is doing a really nice build of an industrial wasteland in just such a thing, and it looks absolutely superb. So the mesa yields itself into just a little tiny swamp, a very, very small one, but you've got a reasonable amount of wetness around this swamp, so you could perhaps use that for a bit of a slime farm should you choose to do so. But on the other side of it, we've got a nice sized plains area. It needs a bit of work. This is quite severe in terms of its slopage. That one in the middle there, that needs work. It needs work on the left hand side, but once you've got the terraforming done, that could be a really attractive backdrop there, couldn't it, to some kind of town build. You've got this lovely open watery area, you've got the mountains surrounding it. You might have to do something with that, some of those weird rock formations, but in reality that's a really nice thing. And the plains continues up and around to the right here, and I think you could do something rather nice with it. I'm going to swoop underneath this like I'm in a Millennium Falcon. Why not? So on the other side of this weird rock formation, we do have a little bit of spruce, but mostly we've got a dark oak forest coming up on the left hand side. It is split a little bit with the plains, but it does carry on into the distance just a small amount. We've got plains on the other side of the mountain here, and then we move into desert. Now right into this desert we've got this desert temple here, so you can come and loot that. We've got a village with a blacksmith right in the middle of it. I do love to see those fellas. Come and loot that as well. Plenty of loot. We are at, where are we? 1,000 almost directly north, so that isn't too far away. Very strange square plinth that we've got here. Why would we do that? Not a Scooby-Doo, but we have, so we won't talk about it. Just the other side of the plains as well, we turn into a birch forest, a little bit more forest on the left hand side. We've got savanna on the far left, and the plains, the birch forest just continues out on the right again. And on the other side of it, what have we got? More really weird rock formations. We've got plenty of weird rock formations, haven't we, on this fella? The mountains don't like growing normally. They'll have a good overhang. Coming out further north, we have got a cracking swamp here. Look at that. Look at it's virtually all water. That is the best type of swamp there is. Get your slimers in here. Make sure you shove a couple of iron golems on a couple of podiums, and you are going to be absolutely golden. What on earth is that in there? And a really weird looking broken portal right in the middle of it there as well. Most of it underwater, just the top poking out. We've got this tiger biome coming up on in front of us. Now, we've not had a tiger biome yet, which is really great to see because we can come and get our foxes, maybe get a few wolves out of here. There's a fox right in front of us there, you can see it, and plenty of spruce wood as well. Now, what's really great is it's turned into a little snowy tiger biome there, which means that we can get white foxes, which is always nice. They're just a little bit more cute, aren't they? It also implies that we're coming into a little bit more of a snowy biome. So if you like doing snowy builds, maybe some kind of winter log cabin type thing, or maybe a winter village, you could maybe incorporate this little not wintry plains here with the tiger biome into this wintry area here. That could be kind of nice. I don't know, maybe an Anna Elsa type of effort. That's quite nice out on the east. It gets very, very cold very, very quickly. We do have an igloo over there though. Maybe, just maybe, I'm not going to spoil it for you, maybe that's got a zombie villager underneath it so you can get your zombie doctor. I think this fella goes on for some time. Heading south now over the large tiger biome that hits spawn area, we've got a big village. Now, interestingly, it is snuggled into this tiger biome, but it is a plains village, and it does have a blacksmith, which is great. You can come and pillage that fella. Don't let the pillagers pillage it. Pillage it yourself. Don't make them do the work. That's great. Look at this. Really nice plains, actually. We've got a good plains there. A little bit of terraforming required, but not too much. It is bounded by that village and that village, so if you want to do a little bit of villager relocation there, get some kind of iron farm or trading centre, that's exactly what you need. Make sure I am heading south. Yes, I am. And coming over apart from this plains biome on the left hand side, turns into a little bit of a birch forest, and we've got an ocean on the right. Is it an ocean, or is it going to call me a liar? Is it just a massive great big bay with confused dolphins? It might be, you know. It might be. We've got a broken portal trying to hide from me under there, and it is just a landlocked little lake. That's a lot of elves. We've got a small plains biome here, but it's relatively flat, which is nice. And we do have a tiger village. Tiger villages themselves, rubbish. Tiger villagers look brilliant because they're all in furs. Now, I've not looked at a tiger villager up close for a couple of seed videos, so I'm just going to wobble myself down here and I'm going to look at them because it really looks like... Are you a little bit chilly with your little furs on? Oh, bless you. Look, cat. The cat's got less fur than you have. Blimey. Right, let's carry on the southerly direction and see what's on the other side of this tiger biome. Well, unsurprisingly, as the northerly direction might well have predicted, we've got some interesting rock formations. What's this? I mean, what is that? That looks like a hippo, like a big hippo's mouth trying to swallow up the world. Well, kind of very long-nosed hippo, perhaps. But interesting rock formation nevertheless. If you like building with interesting rock formations, then this could well be the seed for you. But if we continue out in this southerly direction, we hit again a load more water before it changes into savanna. And it's quite a decent sized savanna. Starts with a few little islands, turns into a decent sized savanna that is island locked itself, but has a village on it. So if you wanted to play, I don't know, a coward's island survival, you're probably looking at something like this. It's a huge island. You could do everything you wanted on it. It's got a village and everything. You'd be well set. But you could do that if you wanted to, if that's your type of gameplay. I don't judge. It's not up to me to judge you. So we've got a little plains area, a little kind of peninsula there that turns into a lot of desert with a little bit of savanna and a lot of desert on the other side of the other lot of desert. That's a lot of desert. And we've got... Is that another broken portal? Yes, another broken portal. That's 8. And we've got another village, which is interestingly, it's a plains village, and yet the vast majority of it is here in the desert. But you can see we've got just enough of the town centre clipping that plains to call it a plains village. It always freaks me out when they do that. And we've also got a desert temple right there, not too far away. Another village on the other side. That's a big old village too, isn't it? Look at that. That's cracking. And some more dark oak. Lots of choice. Time to head west from our pole there, and the first thing that we obviously hit just the other side of this tiger biome is a pillager tower right in front of us. Look at that. You could fire arrows at it from that tower and probably hit the odd pillager there, which is brilliant. And then on the other side of it, we've got coral reef, which is great because it means we don't have to go 3,000 blocks in the other direction if you want to come and get coral. You do, however, obviously need a silk touch pick, and you just, unless you want to use the grey tones that coral can give you per building, which is actually really quite nice. Some of the, especially the tube corals, can give you some great textures for some greys against stone. They work really, really well. Definitely loads of sea pickles. And we've got a series of islands as this coral reef just continues on and on and on. We have got a bit of a shipwreck just there. You can come and investigate that, see if you can't find yourself a little bit of a treasure map. We've got more coral, just more coral. We've also got a broken portal that is split between the two coral fields. In fact, don't worry about going to that coral 3,000 blocks away. You've got more coral than you can shake a corally stick at right here. What we've also got over here, and I know I'm not heading west, and I'm heading north from the westerly direction, but look at that shattered savanna. That's absolutely brilliant. Put a big old cog on the side of that, an airship, a few balloons, and you are sorted yourself entirely with some steampunk. And you know it makes sense. I'm at nearly 2,000 blocks coming out west, and the coral is still going. Look on the right hand side there, it is still going. We've gone across the sea. The desert is coming up on the left. The savannah's just poking out, just in the way of the coral, almost trying to interrupt the coral a little bit. But the coral continues on until it gets to the end of that little peninsula of savanna there, where it eventually gives up. I think that was about 1,500 blocks of coral reef. That is insane. It's without question the biggest coral reef I think I've ever come across. We have got a desert village here. Nice desert village actually, decent size. We've also got the desert temple right in the middle of it. Seen a few of those recently, which is always nice. It means the villagers don't have to go too far to blow themselves up. We've also got a tower here that you can come up to the top of. You should be able to reach any potential raid from there without too much trouble, and until the Vexes come along and bite you in the bum, that's probably a really nice area to go for. Heading out further west, we are about to hit a little bit more sea. We have got a sunken ship just on the left. This little plains area here is quite wobbly. I suppose a bit of terraforming might improve it, but it's not the best bit of building land that I think I've ever seen. It's not prime real estate, but it's quite nice if that's the kind of thing you want. And it just continues out for more sea. Let's just go a wee bit further and see what's beyond it. I'll tell you what's just beyond it. And where are we? We are minus 3,500 by 229, but we have got ourselves an ocean monument right here, surrounded by just a few islands that would be good enough to be able to get yourself your nether portal so you could transport yourself to your guardian farm right here. Doing a bit of a slash locate just to see where the nearest points of interest are. The desert pyramid that is closest to us, even though there are many that we've seen so far, is about 1,000 blocks away. I'm quite interested by that. I thought it seemed closer. The nearest igloo is 3,000 blocks away, but we know the frozen is about that anyway. The nearest jungle pyramid is 5,978 blocks away. That is some trot. I wonder when we look at the actual map whether the jungle is a bit closer than that. Mansion is only 7,000 blocks away. Anything under 10,000 blocks, as far as a mansion is concerned, is pretty close. The monument is only 1,500 blocks away, which means it's closer than the one we just saw. The nearest stronghold is 1,700 blocks away, so that's pretty close. Less than 2,000 is good. And the nearest witch hut is actually nearly 2,000 blocks away, which is a little bit of a trot, a little bit more than average, but not too bad. We're in Mine Atlas to take a very, very bird's eye view of this particular seed. Goes out 6,000 in the north, south, east and west directions. In this diagonal here, going from northwest down to southeast, we've got 3 mesa biomes. One there, the one you spawn in on, and the one down here. Jungle right next to that mesa as well. Jungle down in the southwesterly direction too. So plenty of jungle down there. It's not that far away, is it? Not at all. What we're talking about 4-4 and 4-4. So almost direct diagonal there. Lots of desert and savanna going up in that direction. Plenty of plains areas. We've got what looks right there to be ice spikes. Yes, it is. Big old frozen area. Lots of water. The only thing that I can't see anywhere is a mushroom biome, but you know what, that doesn't bother me too much because I don't play with mushroom biomes so much. But if you like mushroom biomes, perhaps that is something that you want to consider. Oh my goodness, look at how much extra tiger biome comes along. There's your mushroom island. That's possibly the closest one. 10,000, 5,000 both on the mine. There's loads of mesa. Look at that. We've got mushroom island there. Oh look, that's pretty close actually. 6,703.1. That's not too bad. That's your closest mushroom island right over there, just out of sight. More big ice spikes there as well. I fancy having a look around under the ground. So if you don't want the spoilers that type of little trip is going to give you, you better look away. Watch one of my other videos for 3, 2, 1, and under we go. We are right across a big old ravine there. Only the one ravine? Yeah, only the one ravine of note close by. Oh, there is another ravine just over there. Plenty of caves, although a reasonable amount of open blackness as well. Open blackness is great if you want to go and do some branch mining because you can get loads of ores if you do it in that way. What have we got here? This looks like a zombie spawner, pretty much directly underneath where we spawn in. There's the pole just there, you can see it. Zombie spawner right there. That is really rather nice. But what we do have here, and it's in the mesa, is a fairly shallow, and they always are in mesas, aren't they? Fairly shallow mine shaft. We've got our spider spawner right there. What's the coordinates of that? Is 18436, and it continues on. Lots of exposed gold if that's what you'd like. Plenty of options to go exploring around this place. That looks really nice. We've also got another spawner right here, and that is at -228.26. So a couple of options for spider spawners. You've got that zombie spawner as well. I'm just looking to see if I can see another one. We've got another mine shaft down here that is a standard mine shaft. You can tell because of the different types of wood. Obviously, you've got another spider spawner there at -333.110. And other than that, that looks like it might be it for spawnerage. Oh no, there is another spider spawner there as well. Plenty of spider spawners, not so many other spawners, not that I can see. So I'd be interested to know if you come along and have a look around this seed. If you find lots of other spawners, let me know. Hashtag spawner in the comments below, and I'd be very interested to know what the coordinates are, as well as all the other people playing it as well, I imagine. Time to go interdimensional. I've just popped it into the wall here. There's our pole. So this is right on top of where we would normally be. Where are we going to spawn in? Right, Crimson Forest. Crimson Forest seems to be very popular spawnings just recently. The last few have been Crimson Forest. My Avomancia was Crimson Forest when I came in my season 2 Avomancia. Seems to be fairly popular. It is relatively enclosed, so This shouldn't be too dangerous for ghast. It's relatively ghast safe. We haven't got any lava's going to come in and flood on us either. However, there is the possibility that piglins and hoglins will jump on you the second that you come through. There is obviously that problem. Now, what about the other biomes? Let's have a look. Our Minecraft 116 nether update / locate biome trip has given us Basalt Deltas just over 200 blocks away, Soul Sand Valley just over 100 blocks away, the nether wastes are only 100 blocks away, Warp Forest is 200, Bastion Remnant again like last week less than 400 blocks away, 347 blocks from us, the nether fortress a little bit of a trot at around about 750 blocks from where you come through. However, not too far. Let's go and have a visit. Our Basalt Delta here, replete with loads and loads of blackstone, has got some 1 block thick platforms. Do be careful, especially this one here. That's insane. You imagine you sit there mining out, oh, I'll have some blackstone and some basalt, thank you very much. Oh, hot bath time. But it's also very difficult to get to by the look of it, so do be cautious if you're going for a Basalt Delta watch. To be honest, the Soul Sand Valley isn't an awful lot better. Lots of different levels, little bit of fossilization there, but all in all, that is a little bit of a rubbish one. I do like the fact that the basalt's plunged through there though, that's quite nice. It's not the best, however, because of the lack of flatness, you may find you don't get too much problem with ghast spawning. There are enough areas for them to do so, but it won't be completely insane. It'll just be a little bit insane. Now this confuses me somewhat. The game is playing games with me. If I look here, we can see that we are at 167, 129, which when I look here, that is where, more or less, it says where the Warp Forest is going to be. I'm happy with that. That's absolutely fine. But what it did also say is that the nearest fortress was going to be 744 blocks away. Well, blow me if it ain't right here. Look at this fella. That is not 744 blocks away. That is right on top, which makes the game a liar. It lied to me. So that's interesting. Little buggy maybe in the snapshots. I don't know. But something there tells me that it didn't even know that this place existed. It's a secret fortress. What we do have is blaze spawners in a straight line that may maybe just close enough to be able to both spawn at the same time. Maybe just. You might want to have a go. Come and have a logo. Hashtag spawner if you can find that these are close enough. And also I want to see where... Is this where my... Well, that's handy. Look, 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 look. We've got all of our fungus really close by. This is quite a nice fortress as my night vision potion starts to run out. It's a nice fortress. It's got plenty of scope. It's not amazing over lava. There's a lot of land underneath it, so it's not the perfect fortress to be able to do some kind of wither skeleton farm, but all in all, it's not too bad. You could do a platform out there, and I reckon you could probably get a decent yield. So what about the Bastion Remnant? Now, the Bastion Remnant really is a little bit rubbish because it is fully hidden. Is there even anything that's actually not dug in within the rock? There is a little bit, yeah, there is a bit that you can see from across this massive lava lake, so you might be able to get to it, and obviously you can just pillage the thing to within an inch of its life, break down the walls, get as much of this blackstone as you could possibly like, but be careful, because when you come inside, and I know I'm in spectator so I can just float around like a horrible apparition-y type thing, but when you come inside, where's a chest? For goodness sake, where's a chest? So here's some chests up here. Remember, this fella here and all of his mates hate you opening their chests. Just hate it. They're friendly if you're wearing gold. Well, not friendly, they just ignore you. But if you put a hopper underneath the chest and that hopper running into a shulker box, they don't understand. Their technology has not got as far as hoppers yet. They just play with gold a lot, which is brilliant because that means that you can get away with emptying their chest. This guy here, he's literally trapped in a 2x3 box, but he is stood on top of a chest, so you can't feel too bad for him. I really quite like this seed, don't you? This is a really nice looking seed. I like the nether. There are some antis, but actually everything is so close in that nether. And when you've got the nether update, the Minecraft 116 nether update here, or very nearly here, you want a really good nether spawn. Otherwise, well, what's the point in updating the nether, right? But also, we've got some great building areas. We've got some perfect biomes. Everything is really close. I'm really, really pleased. And that map, the actual map using that we saw, Mine Atlas, looks absolutely brilliant. A really great looking seed. So thank you very much. Is that Cuckoo? Cuckoo, thank you very, very much for sharing this seed with us. It is a really nice seed. It was definitely worth you sending it over to me. And I'm happy that maybe a number of other people can enjoy it too. I like this seed a lot, but if you've got something that you think is even better, and by even better, I mean great biomes, all of the farmable structures within a stone's throw, everything you could possibly want, and maybe even a really great nether place as well. Let me know. Send me some notes, send me coordinates, send me all sorts, because I've got about 300 of these seeds that people have sent me, and I would really love to see yours best some of theirs so as I can make yours into an episode. Send it to me at avomanceminecraft@gmail.com. That is avomanceminecraft@gmail.com, and I look forward to receiving it. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you enjoyed them, and I will keep on making it. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.